And of course, we have to deal with a lot of prisoners, and that's changed over the years as well. It's very strict rules applying how we deal with prisoners, how we interview prisoners. Even repeating the same question too many times is considered an oppressive interview. There's one famous case, R.V. Smith, where the defendant was asked 114 times, "Did you kill your wife?" 113 times he said no. The 114th time he said yes. That was kicked out of court, deemed inadmissible by the judge. I don't agree with that particular ruling. My own view is, if he was married, he should have been used to that intensity of questioning. And of course, we have political correctness. And did you know that many forces are no longer allowed to call prisoners anymore? They now have to call them customers. They even give them a customer feedback form on the way out. In order that we might improve our service, improve their detention experience. One of the questions is, what word best describes your occupation? Burglar. Whatever next. Were you happy with your room? Would you consider staying with us again? Was the absence of Class A drugs an inconvenience, or did you pre-plan your stay by shoving some up your bottom? We call these people secretors. That's not a quaint Spanish lady. That's somebody that hides things in unusual places. I interviewed one gentleman, and we'd recovered 1 kilo of Class A drugs secreted in his bottom, and he told me they'd been put there without his knowledge. Of course, we're criticised, the police, rather heavily for not recording all the crimes to meet our targets. And the case in point, which I found very funny, was in the newspaper, and it was one chap that tried to report a burglary at his address, and he showed the police officer all marks around his patio door, and the police officer looked at it and said, "That's badgers. Badgers have done that." He said, "Badgers? They've had me 42-inch plasma TV." Must have been 2 of them. In the dog section, I had a dog called Zeus. Zeus was a German Shepherd. He got a tremendously dry sense of humour. Sometimes he let the burglars run, as if he wasn't going to chase them at all. What a kidder he was. And if he got a burglar cornered, Zeus, if he was thinking, he'd go like that. He'd tilt his head if he was thinking, and the burglar would get ever so worried. He'd say, "Well, what's the dog doing?" I'd say, "Well, he's thinking." He'd say, "Well, what's he thinking about?" And I'd say, "Well, he knows, like I do, that you've committed this burglary against this old lady round the corner, and she's lost her jewellery, possessions that's taken her a lifetime to accumulate of great sentimental value, and you've hidden, and we don't know where we are, but I'm a professional police officer. I can't mind that. It's all in a day's work." But Zeus, he's fuming. He's absolutely fuming. And what he's thinking is that he could use reasonable force to detain you. Maybe enough evidence would be gathered to put you in the criminal justice system, put you before a court, maybe incarcerate you. Or he could just bite you in the goalies, which was his preferred method of restraint. I think it's great we can get together like this, and you can see the more human side of the police, and the fact that we don't all take ourselves a little bit too seriously. But it is a serious business. And when I'm back at work, if I find a body in the street with a knife in its back, that's a murder scene. And that whole area will be cordoned off by uniformed staff. Inside that cordon will be populated by a forensic pathologist and a forensic scientist, ably assisted by a specially trained search team. Every piece of evidence found will be carefully bagged up and exhibited, every forensic sample compared against a national DNA database of millions. There will be Oscar, the thermal imaging helicopter in the sky. There'll be Zeus, the search dog on the ground. Every available traffic unit on every main highway on board state-of-the-art automatic number plate recognition technology. A murder incident team will be formed of a detective chief inspector, and then 2 detective inspectors, 4 detective sergeants, 34 detective constables, and an army of civilian support staff. There will be reenactments on Crime Watch. There'll be a dozen hotlines ringing in 1,000 pieces of information on the watchfly of some of the finest criminal and investigative minds in this country. However, if somebody gets run over, we'll probably send one traffic constable. Now, I'm no mathematician. I don't want to incite or encourage violence. But if you are planning on killing somebody, run them over. That's... I shouldn't say things like that, but it keeps me in work. And thanks for listening. My name's Alfie Moore. Good night.